Good morning. Hi, I'm Brenda, and welcome to my garden. I've been promising you a video of my garden. I apologize, my voice. I had a scope done 10 days ago, and my voice still isn't back to normal, but I didn't think I'd need to say too much as we took a tour of my garden. So come on with me, and I'll show you my little tiny backyard garden. These are my pole beans, and I got them planted really late. So here I am at the end of August, still picking green beans. And I have to pick a couple of days really to get enough for a mess. But we've already had one mess off of them, and maybe I've picked another, what I call half a mess. I don't know, why do we call it a mess? Who knows that? Put that in the comments. But but you can see they still have tons of blooms on them. We are watering. There's no way this would be alive in August if we weren't watering. And then this is my zinnia bed of the tall zinnias, and I plan to cut some of these in a little bit to take in the house. I love cut flowers. And deep down in here, you can see I had a couple of pepper plants. This was a banana pepper, and I have a couple of more banana peppers there I might could pick. And then someone gave me these plants, and I don't even know what kind of pepper this is. We've kind of tried to figure that out. Let me see if I can set my tripod down and pick one. In fact, I should have already picked it. It looks like it's almost red. There's another one. Maybe they're poblano. They kind of look like, oh yeah, there's a big one. Maybe they are poblanos. Maybe that's what they are. They were all so little at first. That's the first big one I've had. So maybe they are poblano peppers. How about that? And there's a couple of more little ones on there. But as you can see, the zinnias are kind of taking them over. Right over here, I have basil and butterflies and the bees. Love my basil. And I dry some basil, but I really grow this for the bees. The bees love my basil. So I let it flower, and then all kinds of bees love my basil. Behind that on a trellis, I have cucumbers, and I might show you in a minute. Was hoping to get enough cucumbers for pickles, but probably not. And my tomato plant is pathetic. It has fallen over. The support I had on it wasn't enough, but I have gotten lots of tomatoes, and it's still putting out green ones. So I may get some more before summer's over. So this is, we built these beds. This one is 4x8. Uh, my favorite part of my raised beds is the little flat 2x4 on the side, because I can sit there and work my beds. Now this is another 4x8 bed. On this end, I have thyme. The plant on the right there is probably 3 or 4 years old, but the one on the left, I want to say I planted this year. The new one this year. Man, it's just going crazy. Now, I don't even know what the name of this plant is. I did at one time. I got these seeds from Floret Farm, and this was supposed to be a filler plant for cut flowers. It is the weirdest looking thing I believe I've ever seen. Look at this bloom. I don't know what it is. I've forgotten it. I think it starts with an A. Maybe y'all know. Tell me in the comments. I've forgotten. But it's just the weirdest plant for me. And I don't know if maybe because it's so hot here in Texas, it grows weird, or it's really supposed to look like this. It's just weird. I don't really pick it. I think these little bitty ones would look really good as a filler plant, but these things are just weird. And now we're on the back side. These are my cucumbers, and as you can see, I'm not an organic gardener necessarily. I'd love to be, but here in Texas, you can hardly be a organic gardener. I guess some of you are going to say that's not true, but I have 7 dust all over these because there were some bugs. And then this morning, let's see if I can come in close and show you this. This morning, I came out, and can you see the back of this one plant? Looks like it's covered. I think aphid, some kind of aphid, but I'm not even sure. But I can see it is starting to affect it. So I don't know. We will see. I enjoy it no matter how much produce I get or how much, as you can see. Oh, the bees are just up there busy on the blooms up there. So this is one of my favorite things is my lavender. This corner for a few years is where I threw all my compost. Wasn't really, I would say, a compost heap, but I just threw out compost stuff, and everything out of my garden went there. Let me put this down. I'm going to move that barrel. My husband uses this barrel when he waters. It's actually a rain barrel we've never hooked up. But anyway, that's my lavender. I can see it needs some grass pulling. And I think those are wild morning glories that are growing, or some kind of vine up behind it. But anyway, this really does, I've never cut it back, so it's just kind of growing wild there, but it really does produce lots of lavender. Just that little bit, I get quite a bit of lavender. I used to put plants in these, but I gave up in the hot August, summer. It was either too much water or not enough. They would never grow. So now I just have buckets. But anyway, it's not much of a garden, but it's my garden, and I love it. And I enjoy getting my hands in the dirt. And I don't know, this used to be an asparagus bed, but we really have kind of quit. My husband's been mowing it down all summer. It really does make a mess, and you can see there's grass in there, and it's hard to get that out. We have briars. We have lots of briars. Our home is a parsonage. We live in a parsonage. My husband's a minister, so this is really not our land or our home, but we love it. Our It's been graciously provided to us by the church. And but this field, it was a field before they built the home here. And so I contend with briars. And I've fought them the whole time, but I just have to cut them back. So as soon as I cut them back, they grow back, but that's okay. Life is filled with thorns. And okay, I hope you've enjoyed my tour. I do have a little fence around it. That's to keep my dogs out. They used to really dig really bad. They don't do it as much, but that's been really helpful. Oh, I forgot to show you one thing. I want to show you this. This is my little horse trough, and this is the best year for this. I finally got some lantana to grow in it, which should come back every year. But anyway, this is what a garden in August in Texas might look like in the heat. And I mean, we've been having triple-digit days lately. It's really been hot. I'm out really early to get this view for you even. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my tour. Well, I need to turn away from the sun. And this is where, when I say I've been to my backyard garden to get tomatoes or green beans or cucumbers this year, this is where it was. And maybe I'll be planting some new things for a fall garden soon. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and I'll see you the next time I'm in my kitchen or on my porch or in my backyard. Thanks for dropping by.